Hello, everyone. If you like what I'm doing here, please consider subscribing, liking, and commenting. It would really help the channel out quite a bit. Thank you very much.
Listeners' Playhouse, the new feature of the National Broadcasting Company. Each Saturday night, we will bring you a play written by one of three talented young writers, John Luttrich, Ronald McDougall, and Albert N. Williams. They will be supplemented from time to time by other young writers keenly desirous of making the fullest possible use of the radio medium in expressing ideas or telling stories in dramatic form. In these plays, you will hear specially composed music by Tom Bennett. The Listeners' Playhouse.
Listen. When you hear that music, that's me, Johnny Inkslinger.
Listen. When you hear that music, that's us, Paul Bunyan's 20 Sweetheart.
Listen. When you hear that music, that's me. I'm the 21st girl that Paul Bunyan wanted to marry.
Listen. When you hear that music, that's me, Paul Bunyan.
Saturday night, June 29, 1940, and the Listeners' Playhouse of the National Broadcasting Company takes the air. The first presentation by Albert N. Williams, The 21st Girl. Special music composed by Tom Bennett. Listen for the identifying musical themes which distinguish the important dramatic elements throughout the play. The Johnny Inkslinger theme, the Paul Bunyan theme. They will be distorted to represent particular emotions, but their basic tonal color will remain unchanged throughout the play.
Who is it? What is it? Who is it? What's all the racket about? Who are you? What do you want?
Johnny Inkslinger.
Yes, that's me. What do you want?
Come on down. It's the sheriff.
Go on away and don't... The sheriff? Oh, my goodness, yes, Mr. Sheriff. I'll be right down. Good heavens, what is it?
Look here. A telegram from the game warden up by Lake Superior.
A telegram for me?
Not for you, for me. Here, read it.
A telegram? Oh, my. Terrible devastation all along Lake Shore. Trees uprooted for miles. Boulders being thrown into lakes. Suspect Paul Bunyan. Get hold of Johnny Inkslinger at once.
Well?
Oh, that's Mr. Bunyan, all right. He was feeling moody and restless last night and said he was going to take a walk along the shore of Lake Superior. That's Mr. Bunyan, all right. Gracious, what shall we do?
What shall we do? We can't lock him up. He's too big. You're the only man who can handle Paul Bunyan. He'll do anything you tell him to.
Yes, that's right. Throwing boulders in the lake. I guess I'd better stop him. Uprooting trees, breaking them in two. Oh, yes, I'd better get right up there at once.
I'll say you'd better. Find Paul Bunyan and stop him from ruining the scenery of this beautiful state. Bring him back home and make him quiet down.
Yes, sir.
And hurry, before he ruins the whole shore of Lake Superior.
Yes, sir.
I've got a horse for you. Now go.
In my nightgown?
In your nightgown.
Taller than the tallest tree. That's Paul Bunyan. Stronger than 100 men. He pulls up trees by the roots, drinks a river dry in the gulf, eats 20 cows for lunch, and makes an omelet from 1,000 eggs. That's Paul Bunyan, the greatest lumberjack that ever lived. And now he's mad at something. Oh, my, Paul Bunyan mad. Oh, I must hurry. Get up, get up.
doggone darned old tree. Oh, that's no fun. I'm unhappy. I feel like I'm going to cry.
Mr. Bunyan! Mr. Bunyan! Oh, Mr. Bunyan, here I am, down here. Look, by your left foot.
What's that? Oh, Johnny Inkslinger.
Mr. Bunyan, lift me up. I want to talk to you. Here I am. That's right. A little higher, please. There. Good heavens, Mr. Bunyan, that was a terrible storm. Oh, you've been crying.
Yes, Johnny, I've been crying. Now, don't you say a word to anybody about it, but that was me crying.
Well, whatever on earth is the matter, Mr. Bunyan?
Johnny, I'm so unhappy.
But all these trees, upon my word, there isn't a tree standing for 20 miles.
I know. I'm kind of ashamed of that. I tore them up and broke them.
Oh, Mr. Bunyan, why did you do that? You've never broken things before. You've never hurt anything or done anything bad. You mustn't start now.
I know. I just wanted to, that's all.
But, Mr. Bunyan, if you do that, well, we'll just get rid of you, that's all.
Get rid of me?
Oh, I mean that, Mr. Bunyan. I hate to have to tell you, but if you ever do this again, if you ever break anything or go on a rampage again, the people just won't believe in you.
Believe in me? What do you mean?
You know as well as I do that you're just a legend, Mr. Bunyan. Just a legend.
Just a legend?
Just a legend. Mind you, you're about the best legend that America has. Oh, think of it. The legend of Paul Bunyan, the strongest, the greatest, the biggest man in the world. Taller than the tallest tree. Stronger than 100 men. Oh, my, it's a fine legend. It's a fine legend. A wonderful legend. America ought to have more legends like you. Legends of strength and greatness for the people to believe in. Legends of beauty and glory. I tell you, Mr. Bunyan, you're a mighty wonderful legend.
Thank you, Johnny.
That's why you've got to be careful.
Oh.
Yes, because if you ever act up this way again, the people will just erase you from their memories. You've heard of that, haven't you? Legends being erased from people's memories?
Yes.
Yeah, that's what will happen to you. People will get rid of you, quit believing in you. They'll erase you from their memories.
Oh, no, they can't. They won't.
Oh, I tell you, they will. They will if you don't behave.
Oh, I'll behave. You tell them that, Johnny. You tell them that I'll behave. They know that I'll do anything you ask. I will. You know I will. Why, you're my friend. Johnny Inkslinger, my best friend. You tell them, Johnny, and they'll believe you.
Well, all right, I will. I'll tell them that you'll behave.
And I will, too. I promise you that I will. Honest, Johnny, I will. They've got to believe in me. They've got to.
Oh, they will, Mr. Bunyan. They will.
Oh, you had me worried for a while there.
Tell me, Mr. Bunyan, what was the trouble?
Trouble? So I'm unhappy, Johnny. Unhappy. So unhappy I could take those trees.
And now, Mr. Bunyan.
Take those trees and... Why, yes, Johnny. I forgot.
Yes.
But I'm still unhappy. Johnny, I'm in love.
In love? Why, Mr. Bunyan.
Yes, I'm in love. I'm a man, Johnny. I may be a legend, but I'm still a man, and I'm in love. Listen to my heart. Hear it beat? It's lonely. Look into my eyes. What do you see? Searching, seeking, looking for someone to love. I'm lonely, Johnny, lonely. I'm in love.
In love with whom?
Just in love. I want to get married. It isn't right for a man not to get married. We're like trees, Johnny, trees of the forest. We need others near us. Did you ever see a lone tree on a flat prairie? It's a pitiful sight. And the first high wind blows it down. That's what I am, a lone tree.
Oh, Mr. Bunyan.
Have you ever seen a lone blade of grass? No. Grass grows with other grass, and leaves grow together, and the birds of the air nest in the same branches together. The raindrops fall from heaven together. Johnny, the sun shines in many beams, not just one, and the snow melts in little streams, which join together. Johnny, everything in the world finds something to join with, to be with, except me. Except me. Do you realize it?
Why? Yes.
Of all things in nature, on the earth or over earth, everything finds a mate except me. Except Paul Bunyan.
Yeah. Yeah, come to think of it, you must be lonely.
I am lonely, Johnny. I'm probably the most lonely thing on the face of the earth. Johnny, I think I'm going to cry.
Oh, Mr. Bunyan, you mustn't. You must control yourself. You must, Mr. Bunyan. Oh, Mr. Bunyan. Mr. Bunyan, listen to me. You can get married. You don't need to be lonely. You can get married.
What's that?
I said you don't need to be lonely. You can get married.
I can?
Yes, I'll take care of the whole thing. I'll find the girl. I'll hire the minister. I'll fix it. You can get married and you'll be happy. But just stop crying.
I can get married. I can get married.
What's that sign say? Wanted a girl to marry Paul Bunyan. Good heavens. Hey, mister, where do you apply? Get married to Paul Bunyan? Hey, that's an idea. Where do you apply? Let me in. I'll marry Paul Bunyan. I want to see Mr. Paul Bunyan. I'll marry him. Quick, sell me that dress. I want to make an impression on Paul Bunyan. He wants to get married. How much is that glass eye? I've got to have it. I want to make a good impression on Paul Bunyan. Can you teach me how to cook by tomorrow night? I want to marry Paul Bunyan. Quick, sell me that wig.
Where is this Paul Bunyan? My daughter wants to get married to him.
My sister wants to get married to Paul Bunyan.
My wife wants to marry Paul Bunyan.
I tell you, Mr. Bunyan, this is the greatest thing that ever happened for the state of Wisconsin. Why, girls and women from all over the country have come here, hoping to be chosen to be Paul Bunyan's bride.
All these neckties on straight.
Yes. And so I rented the town hall, and everybody that wants to marry you is down there. They're all lined up like a convention. The redheads are all in one corner of the room, the blondes in the gallery, and the brunettes on the platform. It's all set, Mr. Bunyan. All you've got to do is pick out which one you want.
Johnny, hand me another bucket of that grease. My hair won't stay in place. There. All right, men. Let's go.
Quiet. What's the matter? Look, coming around the corner. Why, it's Paul Bunyan. Get my wig on straight on the go, I dearie. That dress of yours has always looked beautiful. Hand me McCain, please. You're something of my gang leg, girlie. Don't you mention my glass eye, I'll smash your forehead.
Ladies, your attention, please. For the benefit of those of you who haven't met our most distinguished citizen,
Paul Bunyan. Paul Bunyan. Hey, hello, you. Hello, Paul, dear.
Ladies, please. Now, all of you stand where you are. Mr. Bunyan will pass among you and make his choice. You will each be allowed one sentence. Quiet now, ladies.
Paul Bunyan.
Absolute quiet for once in your lives.
Don't mind me, ladies. I'm just looking for someone. That all right, Johnny?
Hold me higher. There, that's fine. Now, just start walking.
My friends all tell me I'm very beautiful.
Nope.
I could cook. I used to cook for the railroad men. I can cook for you.
Don't throw her out, you fool. Set her aside. Fried eggs ain't hay.
All right. You stand over there.
I can sew. You wear out lots of clothes.
Nope.
Lots of clothes. You're a big man, Paul Bunyan. You'll need lots of sewing.
Give her a whirl, Mr. Bunyan. Give her a whirl. You never can tell.
All right. You stand over there, too.
But I'm over here.
Ladies, please. Mr. Bunyan has to make a choice. He'll make several choices in the preliminaries and make his final choice later. Don't rush him. Don't rush him.
Don't rush Paul Bunyan.
You know, Johnny, this is fun. I never realized falling in love would be such fun. Picking out the girls I might marry. Well, I can't stand here all night. You?
I can keep a house clean as a pine forest, Mr. Bunyan. I can bake life, Mr. Bunyan.
Set her aside.
I can sing cowboy bells, Mr. Bunyan.
Toss her out.
I can whistle like a lumber train.
Anything for a laugh, Mr. Bunyan.
I can wiggle my ears. I can just throw cows today.
Well, Mr. Bunyan, I must say that was a pretty strenuous bit of work, considering all those girls. Oh, my. What wouldn't a man of my propensities give to, you understand, Mr. Bunyan?
Of course he understands, Mr. Mayor. Please, don't bother Mr. Bunyan now. He's still got his final choice to make.
Oh, yes, of course. Ladies, quiet, please now. Mr. Bunyan has narrowed his choice down to those of you standing in the corner. Mr. Bunyan still has his final choice to make. It may be any one of you, anyone. All right, Mr. Bunyan, you may continue.
Let's see. That red-headed one. No, that second one can cook pancakes. Well, that tall dark one. Hey, he is that. That other one. Johnny.
Yes, what is it, Mr. Bunyan?
Johnny, do most men fall in love with lots of girls?
Why, yes, I guess they do.
Yeah, I thought so. I'm in love with all those women.
Nonsense.
It is nonsense. How many girls are there?
Oh, I don't know. I didn't count them. Must be 20 anyway.
You know, I don't understand too much about this love business, but I think it's quite logical, being in love with more than one woman.
It isn't right, Mr. Bunyan. Something must be wrong with you.
Not at all. Look there, I love that redhead because I love red hair.
Well, I can understand that. She's very attractive.
But I also love flapjacks. And that one next to her can cook the best flapjacks in Wisconsin. That one in the back, she can play the mandolin. Johnny, I love the sound of a mandolin.
Oh, Mr. Bunyan, you're being difficult. Why don't you decide what you like best and make up your mind?
We're, waiting, Mr. Bunyan.
Yes, hurry up. It's getting late. We've got lots to do yet. Get a license and things like that, you know.
Johnny, I've got it.
You've made up your mind?
Yep, I've made up my mind.
Good. Ladies, all right. Mr. Bunyan has decided and will make his choice now.
Oh, Mr. Bunyan.
Well, let us in on the secret. Which is the lucky girl, Mr. Bunyan?
Go on. Don't be frightened. Which is it?
No rioting now, girls.
I'm going to marry them all.
Bunyan made up his mind. He's going to marry old 20. Paul Bunyan, legendary giant lumberjack, today announced his intention to marry at least 20 girls.
We can't marry them all. That's bigotry.
You mean bigamy?
Marrying 2 women is bigamy. Marrying 20 is bigotry.
Bunyan, legendary Wisconsin lumberjack, threatens to fight clear the Supreme Court for right to marry as many girls as he wants to.
Hello. Bubble Whitman at Mind and Goer. Attorneys at law. Good morning.
I want to speak to Mr. Dokes, please.
Just a moment.
Yes?
I'll call for you, Mr. Dope. Go ahead, please.
Hello, Mr. Dokes.
Yes?
Will you handle the case of Paul Bunyan, please? He wants to marry a whole bunch of girls, and we can't get him a license. Mr. Bunyan says he'll fight it out in the courts if it takes the rest of his life. He says spare no lawyers.
Represent Paul Bunyan in court? You bet I will. $10, please. Your witness, Mr. Dokes. Thank you, Counselor. Now, Mr. Smith, you say you have known the supplicant Paul Bunyan for many years? Worked with him 18 years. I only want you to answer one question, Mr. Smith. Is Bunyan a strong man? Why, you idiot, ain't you ever seen him? The witness will kindly confine his remarks. Paul Bunyan's strong? Why, he's as strong as 20 men. Thank you, Mr. Smith. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, I want you to take careful note of that answer. As strong as 20 men.
That Mr. Bunyan eats very much. I've cooked for that man for years, and let me tell you, he eats as much as 20 men.
Yep, I know Paul Bunyan. He drinks enough for 20 men.
You can handle timber for 20 men.
I say give me Paul Bunyan any day. He's better than 20 men.
And I thought he was king. He seems louder than 20 men.
Longer than 20.
He's enough for 20.
20 men.
20 men.
20. On the basis of expert evidence given by qualified persons known to the supplicant, it is the opinion of this court that Paul Bunyan is 20 men. Therefore, this court hereby directs the city clerk in the town of supplicant's residence to issue a marriage license to Paul Bunyan and 20 females.
And here are 20 boxes of cigars from a furniture store in Chicago.
Johnny, do you remember that day in the forest when I was so unhappy?
And here's an invitation for you to visit a resort on Lake Michigan on your honeymoon. They say their convention manager will be happy to offer you special rates for the publicity they will receive.
For years, I have been just a legend, one of the great American legends. I admit I'm pretty proud of that, but after all, you must grant that I was pretty lonely.
And here's an insurance company offering you special group rates.
I worked pretty hard for this country. You have no idea how much faith the American people put in their legends. Why, there's George Washington and that legend about the cherry tree. I bet that legend worked harder than any 10 myths the Europeans dig up. George was close to home. Not any myth about killing a dragon, just a good old homespun legend about being honest. Why, that legend gets more play than half a dozen of them European myths because the American people like to believe in something simple, like being honest. Take that one about Honest Abe, slacking away with a chunk of charcoal on the back of a shovel. Why, I bet that legend has helped build America more than all the gold in the ground and electricity in the air. People take that legend out and believe in it every time they get feeling low. Because that just means that everybody in this country can be famous and great just by working himself and teaching himself. And then take me, by golly. The legend of Paul Bunyan, just a lumberjack, but a legend of strength. Men get thinking about me, and they build cities. Men going into strange places, building new homes, and raising families in out-of-the-way places just because they believe in me. Johnny, what's that?
More presents, I presume. I'll see.
Oh, the awfulest thing, the most terrible thing. I've never been so upset, the most awful thing. Johnny Inkslinger, how many girls did Mr. Bunyan choose?
How many girls?
You know the ones he picked out the day of the contest. You know the ones he's going to marry. The ones that have been living in the firehouse together. How many were there?
Well, 20.
Did you count them?
Well, no, you said there were 20. You told me.
You told me.
Well, I said about 20, and you said...
About 20. I thought you had counted them. Johnny, there are 21.
21?
Yes, I thought you had counted.
I thought you had counted.
And we never did count. Paul Bunyan has promised to marry 21 girls.
So, what's one girl more or less to Paul Bunyan?
His license says he can marry only 20.
His license?
And if he marries 21, he's a bigamist. If he throws one out, he'll be sued for breaking a treaty.
Treaty?
Yes. I've had lawyers working all morning. An engagement to one girl is a promise. An engagement to marry 21 is a treaty. If he throws any one of them out, he'll break his treaty. Break a treaty. You know what that means?
Break a treaty? Well, what'll I do?
And I talked with the girls. I begged them, but they won't budge. None of them will drop out. They've announced their engagements, and every single one of the 21 says she's going to be married to him. No one will drop out. Oh, it isn't love. It's professional jealousy.
Break a treaty? What'll I do? What will I do? out into the forest where I can think. In love with one girl too many, and the girls are jealous. Ah, that's a woman for you. That's 21 women. Why didn't ink sling account? Why did I get myself in this mess? Break a treaty? Why did I fall in love? Why do men get lonely? Why do men want to get married? I'm miserable. I don't want to get married. I want to be alone. I'm dying to cry.
Mr. Bunyan! Paul Bunyan!
Huh? Who is it?
Paul Bunyan, let me up. I want to talk to you.
Who are you?
Well, you might call me the 21st girl. I'm one of the girls you promised to marry.
You? You were the 21st girl? You caused all this?
No, Paul. You caused it by falling in love.
Oh, love, don't mention it.
Oh, but Paul, don't you love us anymore?
No, I'm not in love with anybody. I don't want to be in love. I'm miserable. I'm in so much trouble.
Now, don't cry. Don't cry. There, that's better. Paul, if you don't get married, what will you do?
I'll work in the forest where I've always worked. I'll build roads and cut down trees and move mountains and clean out rivers and help men build towns and cities like I always did.
And you'll not be lonely?
Never again. I'll work so hard making people believe in me that I'll never be lonely again.
And you'll not fall in love again?
Never. Once is enough for any man. So why do you ask me? What do you want?
Well, I don't want anything. It's just this. None of us girls would let you go because...
Professional jealousy.
Because we'd be jealous of the others. But all of us will let you go.
All of you?
Yes. I talked to the other 20 girls. A mistake has been made, and it wasn't your fault.
I thought I was in love.
You thought. But we figured that you weren't really in love with us.
I don't love anybody.
Well, here's a statement from us all, releasing you from your treaty.
Release me from... Oh, you wonderful, you beautiful thing.
Remember, you're not in love.
Oh, yes.
Now, sign this paper. It says that you promise you will never try to get married again.
I'll sign.
Now you belong to us again, all of us. For if one of us dropped out and you married the other 20, one of us would be jealous, would be hurt. And now you belong to us all, to the whole world. You're a legend, Paul, and we need you as a legend to belong to all of us. And you mustn't ever try to belong to just a few of us alone. You must always belong to all of us.
A legend. That's what I am. I don't want to ever be anything else.
You mustn't. We need to believe in you. We have to have something to believe in. A legend of strength and power. A legend for us all. Not for just a few of us.
And I'll be the best legend you ever believed in.
And you'll never be lonely?
Never. If you all believe in me.
And you'll never try to stop being a legend?
Never. I'll always be your greatest and best legend. A legend of strength and power for America.
Goodbye, Paul Bunyan.
Goodbye, my 21st girl, who wanted me for everybody.
Goodbye, Paul Bunyan. We all love you.
You just heard The Listener's Playhouse, The 21st Girl by Albert N. Williams. Special music was by Tom Bennett, conducted by Joseph Stopak. This National Broadcasting Company feature will bring you next week at the same time by Ranald R. McDougall, The Rebellion of Emery Sims. Listen next week. The part of Paul Bunyan was played by Mark Smith, Ink Slinger, Peter Arnold, the 21st Girl, Gertrude Warner. This is the National Broadcasting Company, RCA Building, Radio City, New York.